Former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, who is currently in India, in an interview to Economic Times, has accused the USA of ousting her from power for not handing over of St. Martin Island that would have enabled them to have sway over the Bay of Bengal, and cautioned Bangladeshi nationals not to get manipulated by radicals. Hasina justified her resignation to avoid further violence and urged Bangladeshi citizens not to fall prey to radical manipulation. She expressed sorrow over the ongoing violence and leadership killings in Bangladesh, reaffirming her commitment to the Awami League and her hope for the country's future. Hasina also denied inciting student protests, claiming her words were misrepresented. All right. I've been joined by DD India's Amritpal Singh from Newsroom, and I also have Kunal Shinde, who is joining us from Agartala to talk more on this. First to you, Amrit. First update, what is the situation like in Bangladesh right now as minorities demand protection there, with apparently Muhammad Yunus, the leader of Bangladesh's caretaker government, unequivocally condemning the ongoing attacks?
That's right. Muhammad Yunus has made an appeal. In fact, he's tauntingly asked this question to the people attacking, saying that you've saved your country. Can't you save a few families? Clearly, in a rhetorical way, saying that we need to protect the minorities there. Because, as you said, in Dhaka and in Chittagong, hundreds and thousands of minorities, basically primarily Hindus, but also Buddhists and Christians, have come out saying that they need protection. In fact, they're demanding about a 10% reservation in the parliamentary seats. But that's more of a political demand. The question right now is how the minorities can be protected. According to some reports, there are minorities lined up along the Indian border who want to come into India. But because the border crossings have been sealed as of now, about a curfew 200 meters inside of Indian territory has been imposed. So right now there is no land crossing over taking place because of the precarious situation there. So the situation there remains tense. Their advisor for Home Affairs, who's primarily the acting Home Minister, has said that he hopes the situation would get under control in the coming 3 to 4 days, where he also asked the police to go back to the police stations and join their police stations, given the fact that about 42 policemen have been killed in attacks so far. So, police also is under attack. So they're basically trying to tell both sides to soothe tempers, to calm down at the moment, go back to their homes from the streets, so that normalcy can return. But the situation still, both on the roads of Dhaka and also in the hinterland, remains precarious. Siddharth?
Indeed. Amrit, stay with us. Let me go across to a correspondent, Kunal Shinde, who's there in Agartala. Agartala, viewers, is right near the border with Bangladesh and has an integrated checkpost, or ICP, as well. Kunal, tell us, what is the situation of where you are right now, and also how the security forces are coping up with the situation?
Yes, Siddharth. Right now I am at the zero line of the Indo-Bangla border at Akhaura checkpost, integrated checkpost, and situation over here is not only normal, but it is cool and calm. As we can see, I am right at the border, so you can see behind me there is the Bangladesh territory starting, and passenger movement is taking place since morning as usual in a very normal conditions. Security has been tightened, obviously, with the prevailing situation in Bangladesh. The BSF personnel are thoroughly checking the passport, the visa, and all other essential documents required for the access from this country to that country and from that country to India. So there is no lapse of security anywhere. The Inspector General of BSF, Mr. Piyush Patel Purushottam Das, he is visiting the border areas. Today he is in Dhalai district. Bangladesh and Tripura shares around 856-kilometer long border. Across the border, the BSF personnel have been positioned. Security has been beefed up. Passenger movement is taking safe in a very normal way, but the tourist visa, as we came to know that India is not at as of now, India is not giving any tourist visa to the Bangladeshis. But those who want to come for the medical treatment, there are large number of people who come to India for the medical treatment from this is basically because Dhaka is very near from Agartala, barely 260 kilometers. So people residing in Bangladesh, they prefer to come to Agartala, and from here on they go to Kolkata for the medical treatment. Also, we came across some families who went for the engagement, like for their family engagements, like a wedding was there, so a Hindu family was there, so we spoke to them. So they have gone to the Bangladesh side, and the situation is fairly normal in this particular ICP at Agartala.
Okay, Kunal, stay with us. I'll come back to you. Amrit. At this point, we are witnessing.
Can I stop you here for a moment and ask you to ask Kunal if Bangladeshis are coming into India at the integrated checkpost that he is at the moment, and who are these Bangladeshis, and has he been able to speak to them? That are there any Bangladeshi immigrants, especially from minority communities, wanting to come into India on the other side?
Kunal, did you hear Amritpal's question?
Yes,
go ahead.
I did hear him.
Go ahead.
Since morning and since last few days, we are tracking this news, and the thing is, like people mainly from the people who are coming to India, they are mainly coming for the medical treatment. We did not come across any family as such who belong to the minority Hindu family residing in Bangladesh. But just a few days back, like 3 days back, a large number of laborers who are stranded in Bangladesh. So they wanted to come towards the Indian side. They were the Indians, so they wanted to come towards the Indian side. So the integrated checkpost, the Land Ports Authority, and the BSF and the BGB, that is Border Guard of Bangladesh, they helped these 17 stranded laborers to come across towards the Indian side. And mainly people from India who like basically the Bangladesh who are residing in, who have come for the medical treatment and other purposes over here, they are going to their homeland, and those who are coming towards the Indian side, they are mainly coming for the medical treatment.
Okay.
Siddharth?
Okay, fair enough. We got a sense of what is happening in Agartala, Amrit, and where correspondent Kunal Shinde is. Now back to you. At this point, I was asking, we are witnessing a series of resignations in Bangladesh, Amrit. Whether it's Bangladesh Bank Chief, he resigned. Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman, he resigned. Bangladesh University Grants Commission Chairman resigned. The administration is being changed. Amrit, what impact it will have inside the country, and also taking in account the safety of minorities there?
Well, it's clearly a political act. After the interim government came in, the string of resignations that you see, though they have their individual reasons, different reasons, but primarily these are people who were seen as appointed by Sheikh Hasina, and hence, loyalists of Sheikh Hasina. So in some cases, there is apprehension, just apprehension about that. But in some cases, there were direct appointments by Sheikh Hasina. So this is more of a political act. Some would even call an act of vengeance that's sort of taking place. But there is a string of resignations. For example, the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice and the 5 judges of the Supreme Court who resigned yesterday was related to that the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court had called a meeting, had called a court, a full court, and there were apprehensions that he may declare the interim government as illegal. That's when Students Against Discrimination marched right up to the Supreme Court, gherowed the Supreme Court, and gave an ultimatum to the Chief Justice to resign. So he, along with 5 judges, had to go. So it's the kind of changes, or say the Vice Chancellor of the Dhaka University, because he was seen as cracking down on the students' movement during Sheikh Hasina's regime over the past 2 months, about a month and a half that the protests were taking place. So it is reprisal, it is retribution to some extent, but I think it is really a political act that these changes are taking place across various institutions in the country, Siddharth.
Okay, Amrit, we also heard that Sheikh Hasina has said that United States could be behind her ouster. Can you verify?
That's right. She, in a statement which was issued to multiple media outlets here in India where she is, she did make such a statement saying that she believes that the US could be behind her ouster. Remember, before the elections in January this year, she had, referred to a white man meeting her and saying that the Americans wanted an air base. So she's leveled similar allegations. One doesn't know whether they are true or not, but there have been reports that there was some kind of meddling, or at least these are the allegations, and Sheikh Hasina herself has made that allegation that they wanted me, had I given St. Martin and Bay of Bengal to the Americans, they would have let me be. These are allegations by Sheikh Hasina. But she also interestingly tried to address the constituency back home. She said, I never called the students Razakars.
Okay.
Now, Razakars, as you know, is a defamatory term in Bangladesh. So she's trying to reach out to some constituency, I guess. She's trying to test waters. That's my understanding.
Okay.
She's trying to test waters that is there some political space left for her. She makes an assertion that she will return back to her country. Siddharth?
Wonderfully put, Amrit. Thank you so much, Amritpal Singh and Kunal Shinde, for your analysis.